So how should you get your product to market? People often ask me, John, how do I get my product to market? What's the best way of doing this? Look, first of all, you've got to remember that you need to make sure that you've built your product out properly. You need to check and double check and triple check all the components before you get it to market. Beta test it. Hey, John Harris here, and this is Info Products coming to you direct from London. Today I want to go over getting that product to market, and we're going to start with looking at 5 specific points. And the first one is design and specs. So we're going to go into looking at those design and specs in a deeper way. The constraints, the production, marketing, and testing, the Q&A and the feedback that you need. So first of all, we spoke about design and specs. And here you need to think about things like to make sure you've got your vision, you refined it, and you understand why and what it is that you really, the end result that you're trying to achieve. You need to define those strategies, business objectives. You got to look at your product scope. How wide do you want to go? How narrow do you want to go within that area? Your subject material. You look at your launch dates and key milestones, what you need to get in place, and your actual launch sequence, your pre-launch and launch and post-launch. You need to have all that laid out and have those dates sorted out, and what you need to have done on every day. You need to look at your the resources that you're going to need, and also you're going to need to draft product specifications. You're going to need to have things we've discussed before. Perhaps you want to have them up on the drive, and you coordinate your team, and everyone understands exactly what their job is, and you've got all your specifications put out, and on the product itself everything is in order. So the constraints, when we first of all, we've spoken about design, now we're talking about constraints. So list your resources. It's very important. Your first product is not going to be your best, okay? And so you need to say, okay, what are my current resources? I need to get a minimum viable product to market. I need to get something to market, and I'm going to get feedback, and I'm going to reiterate. So look at your current resources, make a list of them, and based on those resources, revise your product specs, what's possible and what's not possible. You can only do what's possible. So when your resources, you may include the people. Have you got people? Have you got a team? If you haven't got a team yet, who can you subcontract to? Using Fiverr, you're using other resources to get people to help you with design banners, and you're going to get your videos, you're going to edit it, you're going to get your scripting done. You need to have a look at the people. Then you need to look at your budget. Obviously, what can you afford to do? Or how are you going to generate a little bit of extra revenue in order to get that budget together? Next, you need to think about the time it's going to take for each aspect of that product. And the problem with it, as we've discussed previously, is you don't want to spend too much time. You don't want to do this forever and a day trying to make it perfect, because somebody else will come out more or less with the same thing that you're trying to do. You need to get your thing out with your perspective, and you need to get it out rapidly. Technology, you've got to look at the platforms that you're going to use. You're going to look at the tools that you're going to incorporate, and the costing part of that budget, you need to understand that as well. And the manufacturing, look, if you're going to go into even digital, we've discussed this, that you need to have packaging, because you need to have a mock-up so that you can add value through that mock-up. If you're getting a physical product, you've got to watch out for your garage filling up with boxes. So you're going to have a number of materials made, boxes made, and so forth, your CDs, whatever you're going to do, you're going to have those materials, and you need to look at that manufacturing and how you're going to get that done. Next, we're going to go to production. And here are some components that you're going to need to have in place. So in the production, you're going to have, when somebody arrives, say it's a membership site, you're going to have your how-to and your instruction and your welcome, and this is what you need to do next. The core thing that you're delivering, what is your core product, what is the core message, the core result that you're trying to get. You need to then look at your reinforcement tools. What are you going to add in there? What sort of worksheets, what sort of mind maps, what other resources are you going to add in there to reinforce those tools? Your action tools, you're getting people to do certain things. If there are worksheets or things they need to fill out, get them to do those things. What other bonuses are you going to put in there? Look, you're going to need per product more or less something on the tune to make about 15 different types of bonuses that you need to get in there, because then you're going to use them, especially if you have a funnel. You're going to be using some up front, some on the main course, and some when you do upsells and downsells. Remember that you may need bonuses for all of these things. So you may be looking at up to 15 bonuses. Then you need to do your upsell, cross-sell, and downsell, and you're going to have that stick content, something that give a little bit extra in order to keep them to stay with you, to make it sticky. You're going to be working in two parallel lines here. You're going to be doing production development, and you're going to do your collateral. You're going to be building your assets, so to go in with that productivity. Further to this, you're going to look at your logo design. You can get that. There's a lot of places you can go online, get logo design. The packaging design, we've discussed some of these things previously. The copy that you're going to put on that packaging, these are very, very important. Unfortunately, headings, the offers, your subtitles and things that you put on, and the colors and the schemes that you have, they are very, very important. You know that some of the big companies that are in some of your retail outlets, your wholesale food outlets, spend a huge amount of money on their packaging. It's very important. Go into a shop, go and look at the toothpaste. Go and look at how they package the toothpaste, what colors they're using, and how they're doing things. They spend a lot of time, money, and effort on that. Internal copy, the different types of copy that you're going to need for your message and to your market and what medium you're using, and then you're going to have the sales message, you're going to have the offer, and you're going to have the rest of that copy done. You're going to need your copyright and trademarks to protect yourself and protect your specific core product, something that is uniquely yours. You're going to have some protection on that. You need to get your disclaimers in place, make sure that's all done properly. You need your support contact details, and you need a shipper to do that, get those boxes out for you. Again, remember, be running in two parallel sequences where you're doing the product development and you're getting those assets to fit in at the same time. Marketing strategy. Very important to have your launch plan. If you're using a 21-day, 23, 28-day, whatever launch plan you're having, to start the excitement, start doing the post, and start having a launch sequence, and start to add value and videos, and you have your sequence right. You need to define those sales channels where you're going to be putting that message out. Create your messaging script and spend time on this. It's more important to spend time here than anywhere else to make sure you get that message to market match. Make a list of your marketing components. What else? How you're going to do your ads, your ad sets, and your campaigns, and look at how you're going to do the whole marketing from beginning to end, and the follow-ups, the automations on your emails, everything that we've discussed before. Then finalize your offer and your sales collateral. Everything that you're going to need with the marketing materials. If you're going to use affiliates, what marketing materials you're going to use here. So you're going to be looking at your offer, obviously that offer and the offer stack, to justify the pricing, and then you're going to have your guarantee, and you're going to need to look at your creating scarcity through your unit squeeze, time squeeze, or whatever squeeze you're going to have, and then you need to have that call to action, and that needs to be very clear and concise. And obviously, if it's not working, then maybe your offer is wrong, or it's to the wrong market. You haven't got a big enough offer and enough value in your offer, and you need to work on those things and build those things out. Testing and Q&A. So you need that legal review. Make sure your disclaimer and everything is correct. There's nothing there that shouldn't be there. It's all your material. Test everything. Test, like I've said from the start. Double test, triple test, make sure everything works. Check your fulfillment, your shipping systems and your fulfillment, that the products, if it's physical or if you're going to fulfill from coming down from the cloud, make sure that's all working properly. And then look at customer support and training. You're going to need their support systems to start with. Perhaps you don't get that much traction and you can do it yourself. As you get busier and you get more traction, you're going to need to get people in there to help you do that. Sales training, obviously, for those other people and those within your, if there's a callback, if it's a high priced item, if there's other people involved, they need to be trained in the sales message that you need and how to handle objections and so forth. And so you're always going to remember, you see someone else does the editing for you. Always get somebody else to do that editing, to have another set of eyeballs on it, and test across technology. Test across technology. Make sure things are connected to your payment cards. Make sure everything is working properly, and preferably have several payment cards in case you get some problems with one, and make sure you're in communication with them so that people understand. There can be a lot of problems, a lot of issues with payment cards. You've got to have a good relationship with the payment card. They've got to know you and understand you and know what you're doing. that you don't get things held. We've had cases where people have had money held for over a year, and it's put them in all sorts of disputes with affiliates and payments with having that cash locked up. So those are some of the things you need to think about and get into place. And think about, where do you tend to over deliver, or where it's not necessary. You need to give as much as you can, but you need to think about it where if you're over delivering outside the scope of what you've started out, rather than doing a separate product or a separate step there. And what do you need to do to strengthen and make sure that you're not making any unnecessary mistakes. Go over these things, spend some time on it, build it, but you've got to have a calendar, you've got to get it down, and you've got to do it in a matter of months, not years. That's the important thing. So hopefully this has given you a little bit of insight in getting your product done properly, so you can get it to market, to get it beta tested, and get, obviously after you do that, you need surveys out there and get feedback, so you, on those various iterations, to make sure that you're always improving that product, that you get it optimized. And as usual, you can like, subscribe, follow us, and you can go to the Info Products page, Facebook page. There is some links there that you can get some more videos, free video training. And as usual, we'll see you in the next episode.